Friends, I'm so excited to be with you this week, specifically because I've been camping out in Luke chapter 5. Now, I don't know if anyone else geeks out over some of Jesus' encounters, but I'm a word nerd, and I love seeing how Jesus interacted with different people. I mean, these were real people with real problems, and Jesus offers real solutions. So he takes two frustrated fishermen, and he literally flips the script. They were frustrated because they were on sea and they weren't catching any fish. And Jesus not only blesses them, but he blesses them with a boatload of fish. But it gets better. Jesus doesn't stop there. He literally takes their natural or their ordinary, what they do for a job, the aspirations of catching fish, obviously because they're fishermen, and it paints a beautiful picture of eternal significance when people choose to follow Jesus. Jesus challenged Peter and Andrew, we are told from scripture, those are their names, from being ordinary fishermen to extraordinary fisher of men. And that's the difference. It's a small nuance of words, but he took their ordinary jobs, like we have ordinary jobs, and what turned from an ordinary job became an extraordinary calling. And eventually, these fisher of men flipped the world right side up. Check out what Luke says. Luke chapter 5, starting in verse 4. When he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Put out into deep water and let the nets down for a catch." Simon answered, "Master, we've worked all night and haven't caught anything. But because you say so, I will let down the nets." When they had done so, they caught such a large number of fish that their nets began to break. We are full of ordinary dreams. We are full of ordinary aspirations, which are great. You know, that might be a bigger house, that might be a new car, that might be a spouse, that might be kids, that might be a new career shift. These are very common and they're good. Just like being fishermen were a great aspiration. They were set out to do a particular job. But Jesus came on and he asked them to do something. Their ordinary became extraordinary. I love how they responded. Simon said, "We've worked all night, haven't caught anything, but because you say so, I will let down the nets." And he comes to us and he says, "I have a plan for you. Will you do what I'm asking you to do?" And we have an invitation, much like Simon, to respond, "Okay, I've been doing this, and this is my job. This is what I know how to do." But we could take Christ for his word and do something extraordinary. Now, Jesus gives them a choice as he's giving us a choice. But following Jesus doesn't come without a cost. And that's important for us to know. We have an option. Do you want to continue to do what you are doing, and you could be successful at it, and I'll bless it as he blessed them? Or if you listen to my instruction, I will show you things that you had no clue about. It's interesting to consider that when Jesus asked people to follow him, it always came with a cost. There's a cost to following Jesus. In another portion of scripture, he says, "I don't even have anywhere to lay my head. Are you sure you want to do what I'm doing?" So the invitation for you, wherever you're at, wherever you're watching, whatever the station and season of your life is, will you do what Christ is calling you to do? I love Mark 8:36-37, that Jesus was truthful about the fact of hey, your life is going to be flipped upside down. Go look at it, use that reference for extra credit, because I'm not going to read it for you today. But he's very honest about the cost in following him. Following Jesus is an all-in commitment. It is all in, period, not "I will follow you if." Are you ready for your world to be flipped upside down? Better yet, are you ready to be moved from ordinary fishermen to extraordinary fisher of men? When you give your life over to God, when you accept what he's asking you to do, it opens up a new world of opportunity as you get to be his hands and his feet and carry the gospel around the world. We'll see you next week.